I just took a shower, so ignore the crazy hair. But yes, I can tell you how to connect further with your guides, and I'm going to do it visually because that's the fastest way that I learn. Okay, we exist here in the 3D. Okay, this is our human, our essence, okay, where we exist, okay? This represents the fourth dimensional thought plane, okay? And then this is 5D. Might be backwards for you guys. Regardless, you also have a version of you existing up here in the 5D, okay? Now, what you have to imagine is that all of your spirit guides, your guardians, your angels exist up here as well, in the fifth dimensional space, okay? And guess what? They are always communicating with one another, sending energy back and forth, okay? Always in communication. Most of the time talking about you, okay? Now, when you are not connected to your higher self, okay, it makes it very complicated for these guys to send you energy. They have to quite literally send it through dimensional planes, and it can be, it takes a lot of work from them. So oftentimes the messages seem pretty faint. They might be confusing, okay? But, all right, if you go ahead and you take out the factor of trying to communicate directly with your spirit guides and instead strengthen the link to the higher self, okay? Like that. Guess what? Okay? You now suddenly have direct access to that communication, okay? Where they don't have to do all of this external work. They don't have to shoot energy through dimensional planes because they're talking directly to you. And it comes as simple as a thoughtful response. And you will get to a certain point within your journey where you can identify the different voices of thought in your spatial awareness, in your mental spatial awareness. And you can understand the certain frequency vibration of those entities. For instance, when I am meeting with Archangel Michael, I instantaneously know what his energy frequency is. I know what it feels like. I know what he sounds like. I know how he shows up for me. It's not something that I have to question. And this is something that was cultivated over many, many, many years working together. But ultimately, all you have to do, if you are looking to really, really strengthen an unbreakable bond between you and your higher guidance, your spirit team, all you have to do is connect to yourself, connect to your oversoul, connect to your true essence at its core, okay? Because you're already existing on those higher dimensional planes. Now, oftentimes what happens is I have me here, Quinlan, who is the I in this human experience, right? And then there is the higher self. Sometimes when I'm tuning into that space, I hear my higher self communicating with my guides. It feels like I'm literally just tuning into a conversation that's already taking place. And then as soon as I notice them, they notice me noticing them, and they turn their attention, their focus to me. And then the higher self within me will do everything she can to align, to center to the physical body so I can hear more clearly. Now, when I'm hearing them speak to me, they're just coming through as thought forms, okay? Now, occasionally, and depending on how deep I am in a meditative space, I will hear those voices out loud, actually like someone's having a conversation in the room next to me. So ultimately, it's really just about you connecting to you. Now, your follow-up question might be, how do I connect to my higher self? How do I establish an unbreakable bond? Many ways you can achieve this. But really it's about loving, honoring, and respecting yourself, giving yourself exactly what you need, indulging in your creative passions, okay? the more time you spend in a creative, flowy, channeling space, the easier it is to conjure up the essence of your oversoul, because creativity is that soul expression. Other ways that you can connect to your higher self is dance, movement, exercise, intentional exercise, and last but not least, meditation, folks. It is simple. It's not complicated. And what you want to do when you're thinking of meditation, if you're someone who struggles to find consistency within their practice, stop looking at it as like something that you feel you need to do or that you have to do. Tell yourself this is something you get to do. This is soul replenishment. It is nourishment. It is the space where you get to connect with yourself and figure out what's emotionally blocked in your field, what you've been harboring. The more shadow work you do, the more powerfully connected you are to your oversoul. The further you go into your own darkness, the closer you are to your own light. So really, it's about just being with yourself and really ultimately not continuously needing and seeking that external validation, whether it be from a spirit guide, a psychic reader on the internet, a TikTok video, whatever it is. It's about you knowing that your intuition is leading you exactly where you're meant to be. And really, it's about surrendering into trust of self, okay? Now, it doesn't mean that in the process of attempting to strengthen your connection to your higher self, you shouldn't also try to reach out to your guides. Absolutely. Tell them that you want to hear them more clearly, that you want to see them more clearly. Tell them to visit you in your dreams. Ask them for signs on a regular basis. Like, the thing is, our spirit team can only offer us so much without us asking for more, right? But we're always allowed to ask for as much more as we want. There's an unlimited reservoir of energy available to us if we give ourselves access to that. And we give ourselves access through asking. Okay, so it's like when it comes to working with these spiritual energies, you have to put your hand out and say, okay, I'm in need of guidance, I'm in need of support, I'm in need of an energy boost, whatever it is, and allow yourself to receive it. Visualize yourself receiving that energy like a beam of light shooting straight into your heart or your hand or whatever you have holding out. But yeah, it's really not complicated. Don't overthink it. Don't stress yourself out about like the way in which you go about your practice, if you're doing it right, if you're doing it wrong. There's no such thing. It is what it is for you, and that might be uniquely different and purely individual to yourself. You know, my spiritual practice could be completely opposite to someone else. And I'll tell you guys this. Okay, I know when you see my readings, I'm very calm, very collected, very centered, but in my own practice, when I'm really purely by myself and I'm alone, I don't pray in a super serious way, or I don't connect with my angels in like a super serious way. In fact, I tend to do the opposite, where I will be really goofy within my spiritual practices. When I speak to my guides, it's a humorous event. We're cracking jokes, we're bouncing off each other. And even when I'm doing prayer, it feels like me allowing myself to enter the space of passion, of laughter. It intensifies that energy stronger than anything else I've ever experienced. But, you know, I don't know if I would ever be comfortable going into like a ceremonial space with a ton of people and doing some, you know, prayer that has, you know, comedic puns. Anyways, regardless. My practice is my practice, and I love and I honor my practice, and your practice is your practice. And that can look completely different or somewhat similar, and that's okay. It's up to you.